For approximately 2 years, I was a paid FBI operative operating in the American Indian movement at the highest levels.
After Doug Durham was exposed, the paranoia began. Everybody was an informant, and I think a lot of people start using it. If they didn't like somebody, they would just say that, and of course it would spread like wildfire, you know, Moccasin Telegraph.
There was people who postured and said things like, well, maybe Doug Durham and Anna Mae were some kind of a team that infiltrated at the top level.
Her own knowing the leadership within the American Indian movement was a threat. Not just to the men, but to the women, too.
Where Anna Mae was taken aside in Farmington, New Mexico by Bob Robidoux, Dino Butler, and Leonard Peltier.
She just said that they were asking her questions like, you know, who are you? Where do you come from?
Your name is Anna Mae Pictou? Yes. What tribe are you from? I'm from the Mi'kmaq tribe of Nova Scotia, Canada.
Are you an informer? If anybody's going to say, yeah, I am, by the way, you know. But I got the feeling from her, you know, that it was a very scary moment.
One of the leaders, I overheard them talking about Anna Mae, and they said that she was an FBI informant.
Did you ever think she was an informer?
No.
Was she ever questioned about that, being an informer?
She wasn't questioned by me.
What about Leonard? Did he ever?
Oh, no, I don't, no, I mean, I don't believe he did. I don't believe that. We both solidly trusted Anna Mae.
They didn't trust her. Do you mean, they didn't trust her?
Kamuk Banks, who has never spoken publicly about the inner workings of AIM, has a particular reason for remembering that incident.
I knew that she had been questioned, which was in the same time I had learned about her relationship. I learned about her relationship maybe the day before with Dennis, and I was very upset with her. Then the next day I had heard that she had been interrogated.
A gun was put up next to her head by Leonard, and that comes from 4 different sources. And the next source, of course, was Anna Mae, and Anna Mae was the one that said, if you believe that I'm an informer, then you might as well go ahead and pull the trigger. Those weren't exact words, but close enough to it.
Somebody that she had considered a close friend had gotten drunk and held a gun to her head, and that he said, Anna Mae, everybody's saying that you're giving us up, and that everywhere you go, somebody's arrested. She told him, if you believe that about me, then I give you permission to pull the trigger.
I actually didn't find out some of the details of that particular interrogation until I talked to Iris Thundercloud a couple of years ago. Like I said, when we were comparing notes and finding out that we were both interrogated about the same time from the same people. And it was Iris that told me that they put a gun in her mouth, you know. Hey, she convinced them that she was okay.
What did you think? What, was she an informant? No. No. I know her too well, and I trust my judgment.
And at that time you heard rumors, you know, well, she got out of jail and they just let her go. And I remember Anna Mae telling me that they were setting us up.
When the kids were playing, then we had a chance to talk. And at that point, she had told me that the American Indian movement were, you know, talking amongst themselves, whoever these people were, and they thought that she was an informer. I said, well, why are you going back? She said, I have to go back, and I have to just let them know that they're wrong.
The leadership of the American Indian movement at that time was well aware of what happened to Anna Mae, and 2 of the leaders ordered her death. Vernon Belcourt made the phone call to the house on Rosebud, which is my brother's house, Clyde Delacourt took the call from Vernon and then issued the order for her death, her murder.
She was brought here by members of the American Indian Movement, and she was executed right on top of this hill. She was shot in the back of the head, fell over the bank, and then laid where she was found, and basically left to die. And I feel that it was a result of paranoia amongst people within the American Indian Movement, that she was an informant.
There's no question in my mind Anna Mae Aquash should be alive today if they did not believe that she was an FBI informant.
Was she?
She was not an FBI informant. Definitely was not.
She's never just another dead Indian to us. She's our mother.